Look at that. Down 6,800. It's a slaughter fest. Yep, we're getting mad at here. But we made 6,000 on Christmas Eve. Says 6,800. I realized another 1,000. So pretty much down 6 grand. I talked about it on stream. We were live on stream 6 hours today. We're going to do it tomorrow, 6 a.m. So if you guys missed that, get on stream. But now the question is, did the market bottom out? And this is important because it relates to the down Friday, down Monday indicator we saw, and even just a time in the market recently coming off of Thanksgiving. That's what it reminds me of, and just seeing how this is, people, the perception and how it shifted. So I want to talk about some stuff. I want to go over it, even explaining everything in line with kind of what I've been expecting with the markets here. It's kind of moving in line here. And, people are saying Santa Claus rally these last, 4 or 5 days of the year. It's going to be interesting, but that is what I'm looking into now. Let us take a look. I want to show you guys here. Here is the SPY right now. It's up a lot. I think 760 points right now. There's about 30 minutes till close. It's been relatively strong, and I was talking about this on stream. This has been the first day in 14 sessions that we're going to close. Why it look like this? Green pretty much, except for these couple ones that it's going to be green. It's just been straight down. So this is strong. It's kind of necessary. The volume's still high. We're going to see coming in this last 30 minutes too. The volume on the half day on Christmas Eve was there, but one thing is it's not really that high. We're right here. We're kind of coming into one of the lows it broke on Friday, which this is an important low here, but I'm pretty sure the next level we're kind of coming up to, it's going to be 246 here in the middle. This next level, or this next close, 246, we're at 244 or 242. So 244 to 246, that's kind of where I think is important, because I said I don't think this is a bounce. Now, I also talked about it in my other videos. I was saying how I'm expecting a big bounce to happen. My last video I posted from Christmas Eve, some people commented saying sell. You're delusional if you think there's going to be a big bounce. But no, I think we are going to see, it's a bold statement what I'm saying, but I think we're going to see one of the biggest rallies, single day or single week rally we've seen in a few, maybe a decade. I don't know. It's kind of a big claim, but just with how things have been, I think that'll happen before we see another bigger drawdown. And that could, I don't think this is it though. That's what people ask. 700 points, 800 points now. This is great, but I still don't think it's there. Again, I'm very disappointed. I only lost my money on Facebook and Amazon put I was up on, but it's not like I was holding other puts on anything besides one real company. So it's not like I'm too disappointed, but there's a lot going on now. We want to talk about the factors, the things today that occurred. And again, I'll get back to the bounce. I don't think this is it. We'll talk about what I think is going to develop as a bounce. But what's pretty much happened today, Trump, there was a report. It was an interview from the White House. And man, the market is just ripping right now. So I got that SPY. I had a SPY call for January. That thing's rolling now. Is that 2.5? It's almost in the money. It's kind of far. But Trump said stocks are undervalued. Now would be a good time to buy. Pretty much said buy the dip. So people took that. The people gave, another person in the government gave reassurance that Mnuchin or Powell wouldn't be fired. So the markets went positive off that. But oil went up. Japan went down on Christmas Eve, then recovered. And watch that. And that's something I wanted to show you guys both. Watch oil. Oil went from 42 to 46. It had a crazy bounce, but the Japanese yen, and I've talked about this in some other videos, but it's related to both bonds, the similarities with us, their relations to Asia, and a lot of things, but their market, the USD Japanese, really reflects our market. I'm going to show you guys another difference with it, but that's not the main thing I want to show you. The big thing is kind of where we're at with the market and what day it relates to. So sorry for the shaky camera. I'm trying to get you guys a good view here, but let's see. December 11, 12, 13. So right here. This is kind of what it reminds me of, two places, here and here. I think we're at either or. So we're either going to see, this was after Thanksgiving. So here's the 23rd, and then next day is the 26th. We close low on the holiday. That's your, again, kind of the same thing we saw with Christmas Eve. And there you go. You can see the date. That was the day before the market closed. Or no, that's the 21st. This is the 23rd. So there you go. You see the 23rd. Whoop. Again, sorry. Hopefully the camera's not bugging you. But you guys see it closed at that low for at the market at the time. And it shot up from there in the next coming days. And there was low liquidity the holidays. Then it came down. But then the next point, and this is where even the bond rates and a lot of things we could be, is we hit a big low, had the big candle. This was the 10th. Then the 11th, 12th, 13th. But it had this like stagnation. So I talked about this on stream where I was saying we might get something like this where it kind of holds up. It's like going up, but still staying at the same price, and it leads to that bigger sell-off. But again, that would be an early January crash, which would reflect 2016, which I'm going to talk about. But then on the next level, if we're expecting this to go maybe middle of January and crash at a later date, something looking like this, in this, a 1 week, a week and a half bounce, come into the new year, we have again more of those days off, because the market, it acts weird on these low liquidity half days and with holidays, because again, New Year's and New Year's Eve, I think that's going to be a half day or something. I'll double check and get that for you. I should know, but it's going, it's going down. And now the next thing, people have talked about January and, history, and there's been a lot of things going on, just historical moves, and people have asked, well, January's been historically good. They said the same thing about December, but how's that going to come into play? I think it doesn't matter. I think we see the similarities. I brought it up when you look at the price of oil. If you look at the price of oil, you look at the S&P 500, everything really reflects January 2016. So let me pull that up. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was right here. Let's actually pull up it's crazy I have to pull up a 5-year chart just to show you this. I feel like a dinosaur now. But January's right there, so you get a reference. I'm going to zoom in on the camera. But the first part of the left, that was the August flash crash. Here. To the left here, this is the flash crash. Then it had that volatility, and then it came down, tested lows, but we didn't break. So that's where we're different here. And you could say we're kind of here on a weird scale, but it had this epic bounce in October. Then came January again, end of January 28th, whatnot. Market was kind of up. And what day was that last drop? I think January 5th. Couple days after the market came, and then it just started to literally just gap down hardcore. And that's what happened it happened, it was very, very quick. It was the velocity. And again, that's something talking here. The velocity, even on a bounce, is what we want to look for. But, it reminds me of that. So I don't think historical standards are really going to have an effect here if the market shows to kind of continues to disregard it. So the final point now is the down Friday, down Monday. We made that video twice on it. We've got the indicator twice in 2 weeks. And now, like we said, if the market hits new lows after that indicator, that's usually a sign that it will continue to go. And after Monday, it went down a lot. Tuesday, it hit new lows. But now we're back up. And that's why I did bring up the daily chart here when at the beginning to say, where are we compared to even that Friday? That was the new low. That was the Friday, the indicator. We just surpassed it, but we're still at those Friday levels. So we haven't really set a new high. But if the market now in the next 3 or 4 or 5 trading sessions, and it does that other pattern we're talking about, we might have to wait for another down Friday and down Monday indicator. Or even the next thing I'm going to be looking into is even the market breadth. I want to see what's been hitting highs, what's been doing good. But I think the only big movers we had today was oil and well, not oil, but that was a bigger part, as well as tech, which is up almost 5%. But I want to talk about that too, but again, I think things are going to be different. I said it on tech at the stream that even like Amazon, things are up 5%, but it's lower in the sense like Amazon's up probably 7-8% right now, but how many dollars is it up? I remember, let's see, like Amazon's up $110, but it's up 8%. I remember an 8% move would be a lot more than $110 would be like 4% a month ago. So just trying to put it into perspective and keep it into perspective for you. But yeah, so did the bottom out? Did the market bottom out? This is a good step in the direction. For me, I haven't added on yet. I'm going to look to add puts by the time I'm going to finish this video. got 20 minutes left. I'm not going to edit it. I'm going to go put on some positions. I'm going to average down slightly on some puts, but I'm just holding calls, and we talked about on stream. The calls I got were longer term, and they were a little further out the money, so they didn't gain as much as I'd like today. So I have to hold them. That's why I kind of want to average down on some shorter duration stuff and see. But you got to be careful with Friday. But I think it's going to be fun. I think we're having a lot of fun on Friday and just coming into this week with the options and the volatility. But we'll see what's happening. So, yeah, you guys better be there. I love you. Stay in school. Get ready. The market, it's either going to be a bottom or your bull trap. Do I have puts? Yes. Oh, stay in school. Bye. Love you.